What up? What up? What up? What's happening, everybody? We got them dubs. I really just wanted to win this one because OKC's fans, they've been going at us hard, bro. They've been going at us real hard. So it's good to get a little bit of payback so we can gloat a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we was down two guys in JALEN GREEN and Kevin Porter Jr. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there about this dub? How y'all feeling about this dub, man? Tim Dunn, where you at? You said if Silas was coaching, we wouldn't win. And I ain't gonna lie, in the third quarter, it kind of looked rocky. It was a little rocky, But this team lately has just been really just hustling. We won that game off of hustle. Still wasn't a pretty game. Our offense kind of got bogged down and stagnant in the third quarter. But our defense and our hustle and our offensive rebounds really told the tale about this game. Really. Once again, the Rockets, we defeated Oklahoma City Thunder 112-106. Behind the Wily veteran Eric Gordon, he had 24 points, a season high. Tari Eason was a maniac everywhere. And if you look at his stats, you be like, he shot 8 for 21. It's not good. But then if you look again, he had 12, 13 offensive rebounds, which came off of most of his misses. But he put in the effort and he put in the work to where he didn't let his shot not falling, deter him from hustling hard and affecting the game in a different way. Now, am I good out there? Can y'all hear me? Reverb, let me know how we looking, how I'm sounding, so I can fix anything that's need to be fixed right now. Let me know so we can get it popping. Okay, I'm good. Alles klar, brother. Alles klar. Sean March. Alles klar, brother. Yeah. Like I said, man, we pulled one out. We are no longer just the bottom team of the league. We actually got us a couple of wins back to back. Feels good to win, man. It feels good to win. And we did it in good fashion. Now, I'm really hoping JALEN GREEN and Kevin Porter Jr. is sitting back and watching what does it take to win. You know what I'm saying? What it takes to win. We played solid defense most of the night. You know what I'm saying? We played solid defense most of the night, but it was really our hustle and our offensive rebounds that really separated us from them. And it didn't hurt that your boy Shea, he was kind of off. He really seemed like he couldn't really get into the normal rhythm of how Shea likes to play. And I kind of got to give it up to our guards, Eric Gordon, and surprisingly, Knicks played some alright defense on him most of the time, to where he was using his body well to guard him from just getting easy buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really started walling off Shea Gilgeous-Alexander just enough for Kevin Porter Jr. For alperen Sengun and Tari Eason to recover and come and get weak side blocks and weak side steals and things of that nature, So I'm gonna have to tip my hat to Knicks defensively. He was a big boy down there today. Kind of looked like he gave Shea a little bit of trouble. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm not gonna take it as far as how Ryan Hollins and Craig Ackerman was saying on the on the stream that like Knicks is just this all-world defender. I ain't going that far, but we seeing Nick starting to take some strides, man. He's starting to take some strides. Seemed like he was used to try to do too much, and he's not trying to do that much. He's just letting the game come to him. So, Tari, he was, like I said, if you look at the box score, you would think, man, this dude had a subpar game. Like, why did he play so much? But the dude was hustling. Him and KJ Martin. KJ Martin, I don't want to trade that guy. I really don't. I really don't want to trade KJ. KJ is a difference maker. He really is. He is a difference maker. And right about now, we got to have a roll call. Who in here with us? CSGs, where you at? Stand up. Let me see ya. I know y'all representing for us tonight. I know y'all repping. What's good with it? Let's see. Eagles 2020, what's happening? Appreciate you for joining us. Sigga Miggs, what's good, Sigga Miggs? Joe Blue, what's good, Joe Blue? Swaggy D. My boy Fang, what's happening, Fang? Baba Shola, what's happening, Baba Shola? Appreciate you for joining us. Sleep Art 11, what's happening? Scoot Channel, what's good, Scoot Channel? Appreciate you for joining us. Zachary saying, what's good? Appreciate you for joining us. Mudbone, what's good, Mudbone? Astro Tech, what's happening, Astro Tech? Jorge, what's good, Jorge? Thurgood Marshall in the building, what's good, Thurgood? Steve O, what's happening, Steve O? Appreciate you for joining us. James Flanagan, what's good, James? Appreciate you for joining us. Let's see. JB Thax, what's happening, JB Thax? Appreciate you for joining us. My main man, H. Heath Bilbrey. I know you don't like me to say your whole name, but what's happening, H? What's happening, bro? Arshawn March, what's good with you, Arshawn? Alice Clar. What's happening, brother? Appreciate everybody for stopping by and joining us. And like always, we're going to chop it up. I do have to get up real early in the morning, so I'm going to try to run this right up to about 11 o'clock. So, set your timers. Come up. I'm going to post the link. My boy Frank, he should be here soon, within 15, 20 minutes. And he's going to join me. And he's going to get in here and chop it up with us. So, y'all stick around. Don't go nowhere. So, me and my boy Frank will be addressing y'all shortly. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I'm going to read out some stats real fast. Usagami, what's happening, Usagami? Yes, we won this one, Usagami. We won this one, brother. We won. You ain't come in on a loss, bro. You ain't come in on a loss. Let's see. First and foremost, like we always do, y'all got to hit that like button for your boy Space. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. CSGs, what's good with it? What's good with you? Let's go. All right. I'm going to read out some stats real fast. Jabari Smith did get hurt, and I'm hoping he all right, man. I didn't like how he went down. It didn't really look like he did much to injure himself, so I'm thinking he probably pulled a abdominal muscle, abdominal strain, or something like that, because it looked like he reached for the ball and ended up grabbing at his abdominal area. So I'm hoping Jabari is okay. I'm hoping he okay. Now, let's get to it. Jabari Smith, he played 27 minutes. He was 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from the three-point line, 2 for 2 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds with 1 block. He was a +5 with 9 minutes. He was a +6 with 9 minutes. Dan Deach, what's good, Dan Deach? James Pierce, what's happening? Appreciate you for joining us. Let's see, your boy KJ Martin, 32 minutes, 7 for 13, 1 for 4 from 3, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 18 points. He was a +4. LP didn't really have a great game scoring the ball, but his defense was on point tonight. He blocked several shots. He changed up several shots at the rim. LP was good. I mean, as long as he's really dishing it and getting people in the right positions to be successful, I'm okay with LP. You know, he didn't just knock your socks off tonight, but he made some good timely plays when we needed him. He really did. Let's see who else. Eric Gordon, 35 minutes, 8 for 17, 3 for 6 from the 3-point line, 6 for 9 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 2 steals, and 25 points. He was a +1. He was a +1. Let's see. Knicks, your boy Knicks. He played 33 minutes. He was 3 for 9 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3. 2 for 3 from the free throw line. He actually had 7 rebounds. And he had 3 assists. He had 2 blocks. Knicks had 2 blocks and a steal. And he was a +11 with 8 points. What we got? My man James Pierce with the super chat. What you got there, James? Oh, he got the pair. James got the pair with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Good looking out. You know, we love it when y'all support the Chop Shop over here, man. Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, all in all, this was a good team win. And I could complain about some of the lineups. Some of the lineups didn't make sense to me. But we pulled it out in spite of. If you notice, we don't see these crazy type lineups when Coach Lucas is the coach. It seemed like he tried to match us up well with the other team and put our best guys to match up well. And seemed like Coach Silas just sticks to his guns and his rotations no matter who we playing. So that was another thing I seen. Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr. It's a conversation to be had, bro. They stop the ball. They ball stoppers. They're ball stoppers. And they both should be sitting around taking notes to see how we win in these games. And mostly it's because of effort, hustle, and sharing the rock. They need to play better. Really. You see it right here. This is evidence. Our guards need to play better, bro. Not just KPJ, not just Jalen. I mean, both of them collectively in a tandem needs to play better. They need to learn how to read defense and share the ball and just don't go straight head forward a lot. Now, KPJ does it a little bit better than Jalen. But, you know, KPJ still has his weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? But these guys, they need to take notes, man. I'm hoping they sitting on the back of the bench and looking and like, oh, okay, that's where we can get our shots off. That's where he likes to get it at. You know, this is how we gotta play to win basketball games. They need to be taking notes. They really need to be taking notes, and I'm hoping they just not over there just dancing, you know what I'm saying, on the sideline doing what they do. I'm hoping they really mentally is progressing and checking out the game of where they can end up fitting in well with what we got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need them to do. Because they got all the talent in the world. They really got all the talent. They just not good team players right now. They are not good team players right now. So let's get to it. I'm gonna go ahead. That's all I really got for this game. We shared the ball, we hustled, and our offensive rebounds really sealed the deal for us. You know what I'm saying? Really sealed the deal for us. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. Steve-O says the post-game on-court interview with Tari was nice to see. What he thinks about not being selected for the All-Star, you mean the Rising Stars. But I get what you mean. You mean All-Star Weekend. I didn't get to watch the on-court interview afterwards. I was getting everything ready for the stream, bro. So I will go back and watch it. But I didn't get to catch it. What he said? What did he say? Let's go with it. Third good say y'all know what they say. Now what they say, bro? What do they say, bro? You know, let me know. James Flanagan says, Space, would you trade KPJ right now? We could get a starter level point guard. It depends on who the point guard is, bro. Truthfully. It really depends on who the point guard we get. Like I always say, I want KPJ on this team. But we do need a point guard. But I don't really want to trade him. And I don't think we'll just be trading him. I think he would have to come and be packaged with another guy because he's not making a whole lot of money. And I don't know what his true trade value is on the open market right now. You know, so it just depends on who we get, bro. It depends on who we get. I know that sounds like a waffling type of statement, but that's really what it depends on for me. You know what I'm saying? That's what it depends on with me, though. Devin95 says, let's go. Yo, let's go chop shop. CSGs. Appreciate that. Dan Deach says Thurgood Marshall Garuba at this point doesn't have much trade value. That's what I'm saying. These lineups are weird because Garuba actually played decent last game. And we seen no Garuba. We seen no Tata. Even though we're short-handed. This is the thing about what we be saying as fans regarding Silas. Some of the things he do just don't add up, bro. Some of the things he do just don't add up. You know what I'm saying? So, I hear you, Thurgood. I don't know what happened to Garuba, but I don't know if we can trade him. Like you said, I don't know how much trade value we have right now. But, like I said, the rotations really didn't make sense tonight. We don't win games, like Frank said earlier, from just running good, competent looking offenses half the time. We win our games when we out hustle and out rebound the other team, and we get a few more threes to drop than we usually do. You know what I'm saying? That's how we usually win winning these especially these last two games. It's just been our hustle and our grit. Seemed like OKC, they tried to match our intensity, but they just couldn't match it. Tari and them boys and KJ just kept bringing it. Once they got close, they made a play. Tari or KJ or even Eric Gordon at times made a play. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we doing a whole hell of a lot better on offense because KPJ ain't there. Because really, we just hustling better. And we giving effort. You feel me? So that's how I look at it. Swaggy D says start Tari. We did see him start. When was that? A game, 2 games ago, and he looked good. He looked real good. So who you want to bench? Jabari? You want to bench Jabari, Fatari? I kind of want to see them together more than one on and one off. I think they can help each other games quite similar. You know what I'm saying? Equally. I think they can both be on the court at the same time. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking up for. But right now, I mean, it looked like Jabari's going to be hurt. So we are going to need somebody to step up and take his spot in the starting rotation. Now, we know Silas. He might end up starting Tate and EG or somebody next game, you know. But I'm not totally against starting Tari if Jabari's hurt. You know, I think because I know we seen they not gonna play them together. They just don't, which I don't really get half the time. So I hear you though, Swag. I hear you. Thurgood Marshall. He says hopefully it's in a growing injury. Yeah, I hope not. I hope it ain't a growing injury either, bro. Like that takes a while to come back from. So yeah, I agree. Hopefully it ain't a growing. Hopefully it's just like a strain, abdominal strain or something that he could just take about 2 to 3 games off and come back. Let's see. Sheezy said it was an ugly game on both sides, but it ended pretty good. Tari missing all those layups was hilarious. Yeah, but he ended up corralling it and throwing it up and getting a 3-point play out of it. So that's what hustle is. When you hustle, the ball finds you. For some reason, it's like the ball is attracted to energy. And when you hustle and bring energy, the ball will find you. And when you cutting and moving, if your teammates is paying attention, the ball will find you. And that's what Tari is. You know, he's just a big ball of energy. And once he get going, the ball ends up finding him no matter where he go. You know, that was crazy. That one sequence, I was like, bro, how many times you gonna tip it? And then I think, who was that? KJ, he came and tipped it a couple times, couldn't get it in. And then OKC actually retained the ball. Soon as he turned around, Tari ripped him and stole him and got the ball. Laid it up and missed again. Oh, man, he missed again. I was like, oh, Tari, what's up, bro? You can't put that joker in for nothing. But he ended up corralling it at the end, throwing it up, and getting fouled. And the rest is history. The rest is history, bro. That was one of the craziest sequences of the game. It really was. Dan Deach, he says Thurgood Garuba needs to play the 4. I think he has some upside with his D and rebounds. If he can keep stretching the floor and shooting decent enough for 3, maybe he can be a 4 because he can guard the perimeter. Not excellent, but pretty good for a big man. He can guard the perimeters. So maybe we try him out at the 4. This is the time to start, you know, tweaking lineups, getting data points for who can play with who looks good playing with who can't play with who, and shrinking. This should be the time we starting to kind of shrink the lineups to where these are the guys that's set in place that we're going to look to develop for the rest of the season. We should be just collecting data points, especially with KPJ and Jalen Green being out. So, yeah, I hear you. Yusugami says Tari definitely a 3. Now, maybe a 4, though. Yeah, I think he can be interchangeable. He can be either or. You know, he could be either or. Let's see. Oh, Frank, my boy Frank wants the link. Hold on, Frank. Let me get it to you. Here you go. The link is in the chat. Hit me up. Let's see. Oh, the one ain't working. I probably gotta, cause sometimes when it's open too long, it'll go like in sleep mode or something. I have to just go to it, make it active. Here you go. Frank, what's good, Frank? Can you hear me, Frank? Frank, can you hear me, Frank? Let me know when you get in there. I mean, I got you in, just whenever you get your sound right. You good, Frank? We lost Frank. You want me to drop it again? Okay, here we go. Yo, what's up, Frank?
Can you hear me, bro?
Okay, I can hear you now. I can hear you. Let's see if the chat can hear y'all. Can y'all hear Frank?
Yeah, let me know.
Let me know if y'all can hear Frank out there.
Yeah, I see the thumbs up from Joe Blue.
Okay, Joe Blue say we good. We good.
Okay, Joe, sound check, Joe Blue. Okay, appreciate you, bro.
Okay, John say yep. All right.
Good.
Now, am I echoing?
Oh yeah, you gotta check that.
Am I echoing?
Dan Deach, are we echoing, bro? You talking about Reggie Miller? Okay, they say you sound good.
Okay, all right. Let's rock. What you think about this game, Frank? What you think, man?
Nah, it was a good game, man. Good game. You know what I mean? Even though I slandered Dacian Nix throughout the game, he was doing good. Not doing great, but he was serviceable in this position. Eric Gordon, you know, he did a lot of the carrying of the team. We survived a lot of bad lineups.
Yeah.
And OKC just looked like they were just sleepwalking or something, because they didn't even. It looked like they was like maybe downplaying us, and before they knew it, they were in the game. So, it was definitely a good win. I always love beating the Thunder because they was talking hella trash on Twitter.
Oh yeah, yeah, bro. It's just, I ain't gonna lie. What changed the game for me is Tari and KJ. Them dudes, they put so much pressure on the defense with what they do, especially KJ, man. When he gets that ball in his hand, he's coming downhill. His finishing around the rim has become like unworldly. I think he's probably like 70% around the rim now, bro. He's getting real efficient around the rim with the little jump hooks, with the little floaters when he going. He just glides to the rim and he just lays it up and it just goes in, bro. Like, I'm really, really impressed with KJ and Tari.
Yeah, KJ's finishing is been surprising how well he's evolved as a guy that maybe just a year and a half ago, all people was accusing him of just dunking, and he was doing a lot of dunking, but now he seems he's added a Euro step. He got the floater. He can play off the glass. Just really good development for him, and shows the work he's put in on his game, man, which is, you know, just a testament to his work ethic, and should be for anybody coming into the NBA. Like we see with Jabari, some of his limitations. He needs to get in his bag this offseason and these next couple of off seasons to be able to evolve his game out to more than what he's doing. Like watching Jabari, he's taking bad shots now. Looks like he's starting to press. He started off pretty good, but some of the, I think based on his draft position, he's forcing some things because I guess he feel like because he's the number 3 pick that he has to go above and beyond. But it's just not there for him right now. So, but it's kind of funny that the team plays better when we don't have our 2 top 5 picks.
And why do you think that is? Like,
I think,
truthfully, like, why you think that is?
I think honestly it's because they've been bestowed an authority in a position that they didn't earn. So in kids that young, it breeds almost like a sense of entitlement. Like they feel like, oh yeah, I could take a play off, or I could take, dumb shots and nobody's gonna hold me accountable for it. And that's really, to me, like the other guys, the dudes that is being held accountable, they're forced to be mindful of what they're doing. And to me, that's how you raise up a young kid, bro. Like these young players, you can't let them just feel like you giving Jalen Green the reign of a James Harden, and the man ain't accomplished nada in the NBA. So that's why it always goes back to accountability, structure, and coaching, and the fact that, like, if you remember the Detroit game, post game, Coach Lucas said he had to sit Jabari down because Jabari thought he was about to save the team and they needed him to be Superman or something like that. When
Mm-hmm.
Coach Lucas was just telling him you need to play within the offense. And I think those are lessons that all of them need to learn. Like, it should be no I in team. Right? Everybody at this point in our rebuild, we don't know anything. Everybody should be it should be equal. Like if I was a coach, I'd be building a system where I don't care where you were drafted. Like you coming into this program, almost like the Patriots. I don't give a damn who you are. You got to earn it
Mm-hmm.
because that breeds competitiveness. You know what I mean? Dudes are going to be mindful of what they're doing. It makes players work hard. The ones that are at the back of your bench going to be trying harder because they know that if they grind hard enough, it'll pay off. So I know the NBA is a lot of politics and stuff like that, and I know Coach Silas doesn't have the cachet to be able to pull off something like that, especially with not the GM not supporting him. But if it was a real coach like a Spoelstra or hell, even some of these like mid coaches, like Mike Malone or something like that, or in Orlando, like you saw me and Mike were arguing. I don't know if you saw that in the chat. He was telling me that Jabari would start on pretty much every team because he was draft third. I was like, if he was on Orlando, who would he start over? Like they benched Jalen Suggs his rookie year, and he was a number 5 pick because he was playing bad.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think is I do agree with you that they had it easy. And I really didn't think it was much Jabari at first. I didn't think he would have that mind frame, the where he just think, oh, it's all sweet. I just thought he would just bring his hard hat every game. And for him to be he looks so raw. He don't look polished at all. Like the one thing he was supposed to be good at, he's not even good at. He's supposed to be good at 3-point shooting and defense. And I'm not too satisfied with either one of those right now. Like his defense it comes and goes. I think it's a little bit more consistent than his shooting, but it haven't been what thought we was getting in the draft. You know, and I think a lot of that is probably because he just feel like, hey, I'm a made man. I already done made it. I don't have to hustle as hard as these guys or whatever he's going in between his head. But Jabari really needs to start figuring it out. I'm hoping after All-Star break, he take a break long that week and he just go back and look at tape and look at what the other guys are doing to be effective and try to apply that to his game. Like your shot's not gonna fall all the time. We need that effort and we need that defense to show up sometime this year.
yeah, I mean, for him, the on ball defense is good. His team defense is pretty bad, which is on brand for a 19-year-old. I think he's like a perfect storm of just a bunch of bad like situations where you got a team that's the Rockets with all these. Like one thing I'm tired of people doing is like, oh, they got all these 20 guys that's 21 and younger. We have 9 for first round picks. Blah 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 blah. Like you're telling me all these excuses. My question is, what are you doing to mitigate some of those things? And I think that's really what it come down to. Like people telling me, oh, we got a young team. What does that mean? That means nothing. You just saying stuff. You got a young team. Then what, as a GM, as a coach, as a franchise, what are y'all doing to mitigate that? Do you have a support system for them? Do you have a veteran structure for them on the bench? Is your coach able to supplement some of their weaknesses and create order by him being taking a charge, or is he letting these 8, 9, 20 or lower 21-year-old or less figure it out on their own? Is there anybody to tell Jabari, hey, when you in a slump, this is what you do? Hey, I'm a vet. I've been here in the NBA 10 years. When I get in a slump, I just do this. Is Coach Silas intentional about getting Jabari involved in the offense, or is he letting the free flow of the offense determine that? So I think the approach they've chosen is figure it out. And the other thing with them is that when there's uncertainty between people's jobs, nobody really has the time to focus on the little things like Jabari's development, because Coach Silas right now playing because he knowing that he probably is not going to be the coach. And all these dudes, they got families, and they're probably thinking like, hey, man, I got to do what I got to do to get out of here. Then you got a bunch of players that's playing for contracts, a bunch of young guys that's trying to get playing time. And it's easy for a kid like Jabari or Jalen to get lost in the shuffle because we don't have a structure in place that's solid. Everything is in flux right now. They could fire the coach. They could trade you. They could trade me. They could do this. So he get lost in that because everybody like trying to figure out their own situation. So it's not, to me, it's not a conducive environment to develop all of these players. It's better to have somewhere where you have established system, established coaching, established front office, that everybody is safe. Then they can focus on the real like minutia, like all the small things, like, hey, we got to get this dude a shooting coach, we got to make sure we doing plays for him, all that stuff. But we just got too much going on.
Yeah, I mean, a good competent franchise can do both. You know, like, what makes them think they can't do both? Like, let them kind of figure it out, but still give them at least a little bit of direction. Give them a compass. You know, it's like they just threw them out in the woods and say, figure out where to go, you know, north, south, east, or west. At least give these guys a compass to navigate, you know, and they can figure out the rest, their own path to get to that. You know what I'm saying? I just think they just not equipping these guys enough. Like, why is it what is the hesitancy for? Like, we're not going to be good. Like, no matter what they do, we're not going to be too good to where we're going to miss out on a draft pick, or we're going to accidentally make the playoffs or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? Why won't they just do both, bro? You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Who we got in here? Third Coast Alliance. Gifting out memberships. Okay. Run it up.
Shout out Third Coast.
Third Coast.
Boy, making that rain memberships. Y'all better grab it.
Y'all better grab them. Let's see. I think we got one more. Oh, one more. Hey, still going. It's still going. Oh, it's still going.
Oh, he's still good.
It's still going. I don't like talking over them. It's still going. All right. That's it. Let's see who got those memberships. Let's go with it. JB Thax, appreciate you for joining us. The membership package over here at the Chop Shop via your boy Third Coast Alliance. Shark Shock, appreciate you for joining the membership package via your boy Third Coast Alliance. The real Marcus West, he was gifted also. Let's see, Trey 9 LBE, appreciate you for joining us over here at the Chop Shop in the membership package. Y'all boys give your boy Third Coast Alliance a big Chop Shop symbol in the chat. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. That's good shit right there, bro. Good looking out, Third Coast. So, if you was just gifted a membership package, now you see by your name, you have the new badge. You also have custom emojis in your chat that you can use, so you can be recognized by everybody around here at the Chop Shop. And you are new members, man. So have at it. Look at all the videos that's only membership only. You got a nice good package. So have at it, man. We welcome y'all. Welcome y'all to the community over here at the Chop Shop, man. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Good looking out. Hakeem Olajuwon, what's up, brother? Appreciate you for joining us. Young Edo, what's good, Young Edo? Appreciate you for joining us as well, man. Let's get it popping. Now, I don't even remember what I was saying. I don't even remember what I was saying, bro.
You was asking about why can't they do both
Yeah.
structure and yeah. I don't know. I think they are finding stuff out as things go along. It seems like they're learning. It's almost like they are figuring themselves out as things go, because I mean, having all these players on the roster that are this young is not ideal. Like, it's really almost impossible to be able to develop 7 first-round picks on a game that requires only 5 people to play. Plus, you have Eric Gordon on the roster. You have some other guys that are vets on the roster that really don't really add much, but you need them for positional versatility. And then you have a new coach that hasn't really implemented a system, so he doesn't really know what it's like to develop these young guys. So he's never really been there. You have, everybody's like, damn, this is a little harder than we thought. And I think it's just the results of kind of, I would say, poor planning. Because, I don't think we all expected this to be where we were as far as in the development going into the 3rd year, like with all these players. And I think I caught the tail end of what you were saying. At this point, you just want data points, like how rigid some of our lineups are with the players that we want to see mixed up. You want to see what guys look like next to other guys, but it all also depends on what Stone in the front office see what the future of the team is. We still don't know. We've been asking for a direction for the past few years, so I guess we're going to find out when it happens next season.
Yeah. It just seemed like. So do you think this was by design or just incompetence, truthfully? Because why would we even have 9 first-round draft picks, bro? Like, I'm not even a GM or a coach or nothing like that, and I know that that's not a formula of really how you run a team. Usually you want to get 3 to 4 high draft picks and just get quality players around those 3 to 4 guys and let them come up as a group. You need a good mix. Like most young teams that's good or that was good at one point in time, they have veterans, like 5-6 veterans on the squad. Do you think they really thought that we was going to be that good with a whole bunch of draft picks that it would hinder us from being, getting another draft pick or hindering us from like stopping the tank? Or did they ensure the tank by doing this? I don't know if they that smart to think they ensure the tank by doing this.
Yeah, I think people give too much credit to the fact that the team wants to be bad. I don't think they want to be where they are. I don't think this is what they envision as what they thought this would look like. I'm sure they thought by now they'd be able to have some measure of success. Obviously, going into this season coming up, you didn't want to be the worst team. I don't think Stone set out to break records, because as people want to tag on Silas for having the worst record as a coach, Stone is right there with them, because he's a general manager, and this is also part of his legacy to show. And if he gets fired or the team doesn't really make any 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 type of like major improvements on under his tenure, I don't know if he'll ever get a general manager job in the NBA again. So, I think there's a lot at stake for them. I don't think that they willingly just like, oh yeah, let's just put all of our jobs at risk and try to possibly waste a couple of first round picks. I think this is a very big task, and I'm not sure whose idea was it, like I said, to bring in a rookie GM and a rookie head coach to try to accomplish this. I mean, at least at this point, you would expect them to have brought in some consultants or something like that. But, it's just, I don't think it's on purpose. I don't think it's on purpose. I think it's very, like almost a blunder, and they just kind of trying to fix it as they go along.
Yeah, I think they kind of overrated what they thought they knew about the league because, like you said, no, neither one of these guys have ever been in the position that they are in. So, you know how when you just think, "Oh, I seen them do it, I can do it," but really, that's not how life works. You actually have to do something and see it out through completion and fail at it. And no, you can't do this, you can't do that before you can just know, hey, this is what I gotta do to bring up a team by their bootstraps from the bottom of the league, from the very, very, very bottom of the league. And I thought that they thought that as long as we draft talent, we good, because we got talented guys. And I think they thought as long as we draft talent, we're going to be good and they're going to figure it out sooner than later. But that's not how it worked. These guys never been here. You never did that. The GM never did this, and it's real hard. You gotta know the nuances about bringing up everything. Everything in a rebuild matters, bro. Contracts matter. Drafting matters. Free agents matter. And I think they totally overlook like a couple aspects of actually building a team from the ground up. And now they seeing like, I think that's why they gonna pivot next year. They gotta pivot next year to something more sustainable than what we got going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm looking at that Kelly Eco athletic thing, and one of the quotes that really stood out to me was that, let me see what he says on here. He says, this is when he was talking about, this is John Hollinger. I know he's a Rockets hater. But, basically he just points out that the team they have to start being good this coming year. He says what's coming in phase 2 had better come quickly. And phase 2 is basically trying to pivot out of this rebuild. He says because they owe a top 4 protected pick to the Thunder next season from the Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook trade. In other words, tanking is more likely to benefit OKC than the Rockets. The Rockets have young talent, they have enough financial flexibility to add players this summer, and they likely have a high pick coming in. Now they got to try to play real basketball. Look, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Ask anyone in the league who the worst organized, least sound team in the NBA, and they will tell you it's the Rockets. They're selfish with the ball. They don't run back on defense, and Gordon wasn't lying. Most of their key players' worst habits haven't improved. Even the Rockets' good moments are mostly triumph of energy and athleticism over solid fundamentals. They play like an AAU team, except they're in the NBA. Look, this wasn't the job for Stephen Silas that Stephen Silas signed up for, but it's hard to say he's done much with it. In his third year, he's won 24% of his games, which is an average of 19 wins per season, and they're on track to have the league's worst record for a third straight season. To put this in context, no other NBA team failed to win 20 games in either of the previous 2 seasons, even when they only played 72 games in 2020-2021. And no other team is on track to fall short of 20 this year. That means every other team is going to hit the 20 mark. People will tell you he's not the right personality to rein in wild players on or off the court. I've heard him compared to a substitute teacher. And to be fair, others will tell you the organization never empowered him to do so and has looked the other way when it comes to discipline, especially regarding Porter. For the moment, a coaching change might not be in the Rockets' interest, especially if they don't know who they want to hire. I just see any way they can come back. I just don't see any way they can come back to training camp next year with Silas at the helm and expect anything to be different. Again, the organization probably needs to look a lot deeper than just Silas, but the Rockets can't be anything more than the league's most exciting bad team until they clean up some of their very glaring fundamental issues on both sides of the ball. I mean, that says it all, bro. Like that stuff we've been saying for the past year and a half.
Yeah.
Um, you know, it's yeah, it's pretty straightforward there. It's I don't think it's like some big brain like, oh yeah, we're gonna do any. If you have an NBA brain, you like basketball and you understand basketball, you understand how bad we are as a team, man. And to me, the quote that sticks out the most is our wins are based on just hustle and athleticism because they are. And the reason we win these games with these Tates and the KJs and the Taris of the world because they just play hard. Hell, you play hard in the NBA, you're going to run into some wins just because, like, the OKC looked like they was in quicksand tonight. But if it came down to, like, multi-games of, like, stringing together just this is what we're going to do, there is nothing we're going to do because the moment we don't bring the effort, we're going to lose. We can't rely on, like, our system. We can't rely on we got a good defense that'll keep us in games. It's just if you're an athletic team and you play hard, that's the easiest way for young teams to win. And it doesn't really translate to like being good because the goal is as you're playing hard, you're learning how to win and you're learning how to institute a system and be a good team. But that's still yet to be seen from the Rockets.
I mean, the chop shop, we've been saying that even before we even had the chop shop, bro. We've been saying the same exact thing, bro. Me or you could have wrote that piece, and it would have sounded exactly the same.
Exactly. This is, I mean, hell, you could have popped into any space from 2021 up until now, and you would have heard somebody say that about 5 times.
Yeah, and prime example is tonight. We won this game off of just athleticism and hustle. We didn't win this game just because we looked world, immaculate on offense or we do have some sort of semblance of an identity with Sengun, and that's why people are like gravitating towards Sengun. Now, don't get me wrong, he's live, man. In 5 years, this guy, he gonna figure out all the little Chris Paul like tricks. I see him learning all of that. But for now, we only look good a semblance when he has the ball. And this is an indictment not only on the coaching staff, but on our guards, man. Our guards, they got too much talent to where they should be able to figure out, hey man, we need to share the ball. Like, we need to run some type of offense. Like, even if Silas ain't over there, calling plays every time, they should know, hey, if this guy's open and I got 2 guys in front of me, somebody's open, make the extra pass. And they selfish, bro. Bottom line, they're selfish, both of them. And I'm hoping they on the sideline with a notepad. If I was Silas, I'll have a notepad and a pen in their hand, and y'all better be taking notes about what's going on. This is how you win games for the most part. When the only time we get stagnant now is when Sengun leaves.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, I think selfish is the right word, and maybe not in a. Honestly, I think once again, coaching really can help that. Like, if it wasn't acceptable, then if to me, the reason I don't get mad at like I always tell you, I look at the adults. If I would have a problem with like Jalen or Kevin Porter, if what's it called? If they asked them to play a different style and they said no, then okay, that's you just being bad. You're a bad player. You're a bad teammate. But I don't think that's the case. That's why I can't be too mad at the players because they're doing what they're being told to do. Like, I've never seen. The only person I've seen in the short sample size that we have is Coach Lucas actually sit guys down for doing too much. Like I said, he told Bari, like, bro, yeah, we know you the 3rd pick, but you're not about to, this is not your game, man. Just play within the team. Because Bari, in his mind, he's looking, damn, Sengun out, Jalen out, and KBJ out. Oh, it's my turn. I'm the next on the totem pole at least, so I'm going to get mine. And he was trying to go out and beat a man early in the game, and Lucas said he told him, like, no, this is not, just because they're out doesn't mean this is your game to take over. Just play within the context of the team. Next man up. Let's play the system. And obviously we want Jalen to be able to be that guy where At the end of the day, if the team needs somebody to put them on their back, as it be him, hell, we want KPJ to be that guy. But before you can learn to be that guy, you got to take your lumps. You got to learn how to play within the game. People compared him to James Harden. You got to remember, James Harden was playing within the system in Oklahoma City. Hell, he was playing within the system here in Houston before he turned into ISO God. Because the years prior, he was a guy that wasn't taking 1,000 shots. You know what I mean? He was a point guard and running the show for a lot of guys, averaging 11, 12 assists in that season where he got snubbed for the MVP. So one thing about James, he's versatile. So I don't like comparing or giving players dues like young guys that they haven't. You got to learn. It's almost like I got a friend that plays. He plays. I forget what instrument he plays. I think like the piano or something. And this dude could like, if you play a song for him, the first time he hear it, he could do it off head, like bang bang, like he's real good. Then when he start riffing on the piano, he go hard with it. The thing is though, what he always tell me is that before you can start freestyling and doing all that stuff on your instruments, you got to know the classics and the basics, because that's your foundation for like being able to like kind of use your creativity. You got to know what the structures is in the music and everything. And I feel like we letting these dudes just freestyle, and they don't know how to play, you know, the a regular chord. So it's just the priorities are backwards. I don't know if them seeing this from the sidelines is going to do anything, but at least we know that, okay, when we play with as a team, we look like a regular basketball team, not an AAU team.
Right. Facts. I mean, we're not here to try to rain on the parade. We did win the game. You know, we did win the game. But I think it was just more of, like we said, hustle and grit. It's not the way we really just want to look to win the game. And I got to kind of agree with Frank that maybe OKC just kind of overlooked us, because they didn't beat the Nets and they didn't beat some quality teams to where they like, oh, now we got the Rockets. That's really human nature. You know, oh, we done picked ourselves up so high to beat these guys. Now, how I'm gonna bring myself up to that level against the lowly Rockets? You know, and we just sneaking past people. We sneaking past them. And even with them looking like that, they still almost beat us. You know what I'm saying? They still almost beat us. So, yeah, man, I agree. I agree with Hollinger and your metaphors, bro. Right on point. Let me get to some of these comments real quick. Let's see what they talking about in the chat. CSGs, what you talking about? Let's go. I'ma stop. Well, I'ma stop. But nobody know. Let's go. Steve-O say we play OKC the game after next. Hopefully Jalen will be back. We'll be interested to see how he plays, if he does, comparing it to today's game. Now, one thing I would give Jalen Green credit for, I don't know, you know, because last year after his injury when he came back, it seemed like he did learn something when he went to sit on the bench for that while. But it seemed like he forgot that this year. Like he started all the way back over again. So maybe he needed this time off just to analyze the game and see it from a different view of stepping back and seeing, oh, okay, all right, now I see how Sengun is. Now I can feed off of him like this, and I can get shots off of him like this and such and such. Do you remember that, Frank? He did look good coming back from injury last year.
Yeah, he did, and I think his words were he got to kind of watch from a different perspective. And yeah, I'm not, you know, I don't know, man. To me, all of this is just predicated. Yeah, great the win. I'm glad we beat OKC. Though I'm not gonna lie. If we're gonna beat somebody, it better be them, because like I said, they be talking trash. But you know, big picture for the team. At this point, it's never about the wins for me. I want to see data. So I hope Kevin Porter comes back, because I want to see him and Sengun play with each other more. They were starting to learn to cook a little bit towards before he got hurt. That's really why his world unlocked and his efficiency, because he was starting to use Alp in the pick and rolls, and they were learning to play with each other, which was exciting to see. Obviously, we know Jalen and Alp play really well off each other. I hope Kevin is not hurt like long term. I think regardless of how people feel about him, he's going to be here. So y'all just get used to that. So if he is going to be here, then we need to know like what are his limitations and how does he fit into the construct of the team, because we need to know all this. Like Hollinger said in this thing, we're going into phase 2 of this rebuild, and you got to be able to know what you cooking with. Like you got to know who's who, what they can do, and if you're going to bring a star into this team or a better player or a veteran, how does that mix with what you already have? Because if we don't know who KPJ really is, because we've been forcing the point guard thing and we bring in another point guard, you wasting them. If you don't know whether he's a good small forward or a shooting guard, or should he come off the bench, we don't know. So you wasting that opportunity there. If we don't know if Alp can be a full-time hub, or is he a bench center or a guy that can only play in a certain lineups, that's a waste of time. If you don't know if Jalen is better on ball, off ball, is he better with this guy or that guy, you wasting time. We don't know if Tari and Bari actually make a good duo defensively, that it'll help Jabari's limitations to an extent, as far as that they might be so good as a defensive duo that it wouldn't even matter if Jabari's hitting all the shots right now. We don't have any data on that. And what I fear is that what they did just like they did last year, they're going to wait till like April and start then playing all the lineups that make sense. And then by then it'll be like maybe 10 or 15 games, and you still have a bunch of question marks going into next summer. So it just doesn't, what it looks like is they're trying to win any way they can, but we just not that good. So it's like they're trying to win, but we're tanking because we're not good. But they're not trying to just let the dudes just play out and see what they got, because they're scared they're going to lose games. Just like they did with the wow factor. They try to go for it and be a play-in team with the Wood, Wall, Oladipo, and all those guys, and they lost. They were so bad, and they started off good, then they fell off and end up just forcing them into a tank. So, I think this summer, like I said, I keep saying this summer, this trade deadline, all of this stuff, all these speculations will get answered. Everything will come to light, and we'll know what we really got.
Facts. Speaking of KPJ, bro, your video you just dropped, do you want to clarify anything in that video? Do you think people got the gist of what that video was really about?
Which video?
The one you just made.
Oh, okay. I mean, basically, the team needs him. To me, if you look at how they played while he was gone for the stretch, the offense is better, the defense is worse, because you have Daishen Nix, basically what we saw tonight. So it's hard to gauge. The offense being better is good because you have Daishen Nix out there, like what we saw tonight. Because even though it was a marginal increase in their offensive production while Kevin Porter was out, the fact that they were able to not only sustain their normal offense but surpass it with Alp as the hub means that if he is back and Jalen is back, then it should be like we've seen from the games where he does get used a lot, their offense is really high. The defense is, once Kevin goes out, then Jalen goes out, and Jabari was out in stretches, you're having the Garrison Matthews, the Knickses of the world have to step in and play high minutes. So it's hard to gauge, but overall, one of the main things I saw in close-in games, they hadn't been executing well because teams started trapping Alperen, what he played, and the team would just fumble around and like not know what to do. At least in those situations, Kevin Porter is a bucket. Like he can get his own bucket. He doesn't really need anybody else. Jalen needs somebody. Everybody on the team needs somebody. There's only 2 players on our team that could generate their own offense, and that's Kevin Porter and Alperen Sengun. And when they play off of each other, I really think there's a lot of potential there. So my main conclusion is that I want to see if Kevin Porter can buy into playing through Alperen Sengun and what that looks like for the Rockets. Because I think, to me, that's their ultimate form with this cast of characters they have. Is can they play through him and elevate themselves to a new level? Because I really think it's in there.
Facts. Oh, I just wanted, because I think a lot of people seen that video. I think they probably just read the title and thought it was a diss at KPJ.
Yeah, man. People, that's a little clickbait. You know what I mean? Got to get y'all in there.
Yeah.
Get some knowledge. But yeah, I seen some of the comments. People were like acting like I was hating. I'm like, bro, you didn't watch the video.
Yeah.
You just hating. Yeah, it was some people hating. It was a dude that told me that he said your analysis was lazy, and then told me basically my conclusion for the video as why. I'm like, bro, you didn't watch the video because you just said the same damn thing I just said.
Right.
So they just looking at the title. Y'all know at the Chop Shop we don't come with the cap, bro. Like we call balls and strikes. We don't, I have no agenda or I have no reason to slander Kevin Porter. Like I don't get money from it. Like T was accusing us of getting money from Shangoon people. Like what y'all talking about, man? Like come on, man. Y'all got to stop with the agenda stuff, bro. We Rockets fans first and foremost, and I will speak on anything that's best for the Houston Rockets. I don't give a damn about, like I said, whether it's Stone, Silas, KPJ, Shangoon. Hey, I was here as a fan before they came, and I damn sure God say the same. I'm gonna be a fan after they leave. So it's never about them because those people come and go, bro. We the ones that got to be going to these damn games, buying jerseys, paying for them expensive ass beers and all that stuff that we gotta go to Toyota Center and park, pay the dude on the side of the building $30 to park. We the ones doing that, rushing straight from work to try to make it to the game and staying out late, driving back in traffic. Like we do all that. So hell, this is just our team as much as it is Tillman's, because without the city and the fans, there is no team. So yeah, we gonna speak the truth, man. If y'all got all this standhood and agendas and all that, y'all can save that maybe on another channel. But if we hyping up Shangoon because the boy cool. If we say KBJ can play, he can play. If we say he bad, he bad. If Jalen is playing like trash, we're gonna call him out. Jabari playing like trash, we're gonna call him. If Tari eating, we're gonna tell him. If Tari acting dumb, we're gonna tell him. So it is just based on what they do. We don't try to like satisfy people's agendas. So I think that's what people like about us. So and I think that's why we growing, because people can see that.
Yeah, facts. And usually when we make an argument, it's more than 95% backed up by some type of factual statistic number that can point you in the direction of what we are talking about. And that's what Frank always lays out in his. He don't just come on and just goes up and just starts spewing off stuff from the top of his head. He shows y'all factual, concrete numbers that backs up whatever he's talking about. So we're not inside the NBA. We're not Chuck and Kenny and all them just don't know half the guys' names out there, and we just you know what I'm saying. We just spewing stuff from the top of our head, bro. You know what I'm saying. So I just wanted you to give a chance to clarify some things. You know what I'm saying, because I don't think a lot of people actually got your whole, basically your point behind the whole video.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's the main thing, man. Just I think at the end of the day, they need everybody hands on deck. And like I said earlier, if it comes down to a thing where they ask him to do it, and he's like, "Nah, I ain't gonna do it," or he on the court, he's not. If Coach Silas has the conviction to tell that one of the guards like, "Hey, we doing X, Y, and Z, the game plan," they ignore it, then then that's a problem. But if they're not telling them, then that's a different issue.
Facts. We're going to go ahead and get to some of these comments in the chat. Swagger D says we need upgrade space. Time to make moves. Give me Lonzo or Caruso. I'll take Caruso. I don't know about Lonzo, man. I think sums up with his knee, man. Like, I don't know if y'all read the report, but they were saying that, like, he's still feeling pain. They don't know why he's feeling pain, and he don't know why he's feeling pain, and that's one of the worst diagnoses you can have. That you don't know why you feeling pain. That means either it's mental or it's something that they didn't fix when they went in there. So I think the way it look, I think he might be a good year and a half to 2 years away from actually being good again on the court, and we ain't got that type of time or luxury.
Yeah, I think, I was hoping that he would be healthy, but that was very concerning to see.
Yeah.
Very concerning. Yeah.
For real. James Pierce says Stone should have taken Jared Allen. A big miss. I think Stone was fine holding on to EG and playing his team option for next year for filling cap. Yeah, man, we didn't win over that Jared Allen thing till we blew in the face. Like, I think most fans see now that that was a misstep in the Harden trade.
Yeah, I mean that was obvious. I think y'all gotta stop drinking that Kool-Aid, man. The beat writers be
Capping.
mouthpieces and yeah, capping for the team and yeah, we want Eric Gordon as a veteran until Eric Gordon damn near come out and tell you you hate it here. Y'all just use your common sense, man. That's the moral of the story is if it walk like a cat, talk like a cat, then damn it, you looking at a cat, bro. You don't gotta be like an insider to know. Like trust your eyes. And to me, anytime players talk and they say stuff, just listen to them. They'll tell you the truth. I trust a player more than any media member, any coach, front office person because they ain't got no they have nothing to gain from just speaking out. And in fact, they have stuff to lose when they speak candidly. Like John Wall gets no credit for talking the way he did about the team. None of these Austin Rivers, his comments, he get no credit for that. He's not going to get an extra check from the NBA for doing that. So yeah, it's the Allen thing was yeah, it is what it is. I'm in fact I moved on from like all that stuff. I'm reached the stage of what's this 5 stages of grief or whatever it is. I'm
Right.
in acceptance.
Acceptance. I'm
I'm
there.
in
I'm right there
acceptance.
with you, bro. I'm right there with you, bro. I mean, we can't. It's spoiled milk, but right now, bro, we can't cry over it. You know, we
Yeah.
missed out. Now we gotta see because GMs are not mistake free. It's a lot of GMs that make a lot of mistakes, but they do come back and correct them. You know, we're gonna see how can they correct, you know, the mistakes that they have already made, and instead of piling on mistake after mistake after mistake, you know. So yeah, we need to keep Jared Allen, and in hindsight, it looks like a shame, but it is what it is, man. Edo, young Edo. Edo is officially part of the Chop Shop, man. So show Edo love in the chat. He says they're just throwing things at the wall and hoping it sticks, bro. I have to agree. Like I was saying the other day, Frank, in the chat, I can't you can't nobody twist my arm to make a bet about if Styler's gonna stay and or we gonna keep him or we gonna move him because I have no idea. I done racked my brain and went through all of these scenarios where I done went down that rabbit hole in Alice in Wonderland, and I'm in Wonderland right now. And whatever happens, happens. It's an upside down world right now. We are not doing anything like orthodox. Everything is unorthodox. It's like we just trying to rebuild the wheel when we already have the wheel, and we getting nowhere with it. Let's
Yeah, I
go.
mean,
Go ahead.
yeah, you show right, bro. Yeah, we in a bizarre world, and I'm waiting for it to end. I just feel like he's not coming back as the coach. I think the fact that his dad's passing probably prevented, you know, and God rest his soul. I know they had a memorial for him a few days ago, but I think that situation makes it a bad PR look for the Rockets to try to like fire him after that happens. Honestly, I mean, to me, I mean, the All-Star break would be a perfect time. You know what I mean? It'd be a nice long break. They could deal with the stuff and maybe get their affairs in order before the kids come back from break and get back to practicing. So, but we'll see.
Facts. Um, I do feel like I opened up my pregame with, you know, Hope Silas is doing good. So I'm not insensitive to the fact that he did lose his pops because I have lost my pops and I know how that feel. And that could leave you in a whole daze, a whirlwind. You lost a guy that you wanted to be like, you know, like you almost got your identity from this guy. And when they leave, it's like, damn, who am I? You start self-reflecting, you know, but way before his dad even died, he wasn't doing himself no favor. So I can totally understand why people still want him gone. You know, I'm not saying just because he lost his pop, we should keep him. But
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can see why
that
I
would
can
be
see
good.
why, you know, the organization is keeping him on until probably the end of the season.
Right. I mean, it's PR. They got to deal with. It'll be a bad look. Like we get it. You know what I mean? It'll be a bad look. You can't just. There's that, and there's also like in that Hollinger piece I read, people also know about some of Stone's activities within the organization. and that's external. So you got to know other coaches and GMs know about him being in their practices, him being in their meetings, infringing on the coaching, and not allowing him to be able to do what he wants. So
that is reconnection.
oh, okay. Looks like it's easing up a little bit. Can y'all hear me now? Test, 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 test. Oh, it's all froze. Okay. Okay. I think
Am I
it's
still
coming back.
froze? Oh,
It's coming back. It's coming back. All right. Sorry about that, guys.
yeah. I don't know what happened. I just got a random notification. I never seen that notification before. That never happened to me before. I don't know. Maybe it was an update or I don't know, man. Some of this stuff be tripping, bro. But you know, like I said, I got to get up early in the morning anyway. So,
Yeah.
Frank, do you want to recap anything from this game?
No, I think it was a good game and a good hustle game. You hope they build on it. I loved how everybody played. I love how nobody had to do too much because I feel like that's how young teams should play. And people were saying Shangun had a bad game. He did not have a bad game. That's a good game from him because he was just facilitating for the offense, and that's why he had the highest plus mine. I think he was a plus 15 or 16. Um, and that's really when we say play through Shangun, don't mean he gonna drop 30 points
Right.
because the Warriors play through Draymond and do be having single. What'd you call them? Space single,
Triple singles. Yeah, triple singles.
and touch the ball more than anybody in the damn game. So that's how it looked when you play through a hub. It's not that they gonna be your star player. It just means that they set the table. So I like to see that keep going where he's gonna get his rebounds, 10 and 15 points, maybe 20 if it's a good matchup, and then I want the guys around him to eat. That's the vision right there. And if he needs to go in his bag and do his thing, then he can turn up. So that's what we want.
Facts. I just really want to see I really want to see Kevin Porter Jr. and Jalen Green come back. And I'm hoping Jabari is all right to where he can come back soon enough. Probably right on track with all of those guys. I'm thinking the team should have enough data points to where they should know, like, oh, maybe we can start plugging and filling people in with this. And I'm just hoping they learning and soaking this all up. But we still are going to have an uphill battle without people that can without quality vets that can teach these guys in real time on the court, because Silas only could do so much from the sideline, and Silas, with all due respect, he knows ball, but he never played ball. So I mean, at this high level, and I just want to see, because our guards I ain't gonna lie, Kevin Porter Jr. He's been our best player when he was healthy, but when he got hurt, I think it really opened up some eyes to Shangun. And maybe it was all a blessing in disguise to where now they each can see where they can fit at, especially if they're running off of Shangun as that hub. That's what I want to see, bro.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm hoping. Just like you, I'm hoping that they see the vision. Like, okay, I see it. But yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. We're going to go ahead and wrap this stream up. I'm sorry it was so short. Your boy Space got to get up at 3:30 in the morning. I'm working on 4 hours of sleep right now. I got 4 hours I could get in if I go to bed right now and just fall asleep instantly, which I probably won't do. But CSGs, man, y'all always keep it real. Y'all always keep it real with me. When do we play Saturday?
Let me see.
I think we play Saturday and we playing.
OKC again, right? Yeah,
I think we got a game in the middle of that. I think we got a game.
Let me see.
Man, I had just seen we play somebody. Oh, we played the Toronto Raptors. This is what I wanted to ask you because.
Oh, we got a back-to-back. You show right.
Yeah, we played
the third on Friday.
Right.
And Saturday. Yep.
Right. So. It's not heaven and it's not all peachy clean in Toronto right now.
Yeah, man. They got my boy out there looking bad. But...
Nick Nurse. Is it a viable option that he will come here?
I have no clue, bro. I ain't gonna lie. From looking at him, I don't think he should, because if I was him, I wouldn't, because he's a championship pedigree. Y'all could say whatever y'all, because I've been people like Nick Nurse, they look back. Bro, that man took that team last year to the playoffs with Pascal missing damn near like more than half the season, and everybody was hurt. Fred VanVleet didn't play. He had Scotty Barnes playing point guard. And, sometimes relationships get stale, and I think that's where we at in Toronto. He's still a top 5 coach, and I would love for him to come here, but I just don't see why, unless they drop in the bag. And I'm skeptical about who we hire, bro, because I think Tillman's still cheap. So I would love to get Nick Nurse in here, bro.
DJ Generation, what's up, brother? Appreciate you for dropping by. H-Town Finest. The chat boss came on in here.
Work. Okay, bro. He done finessed his way through a shift. I feel that, bro.
Yeah.
I seen a comment. He said he gonna have the songs on loop while you watch the game.
While you watching the game. Hey, but the thing I would say, we gave Nick Nurse kind of his start in our G League, and I had another one. We gave him a start, but Nick Nurse, he could come in and change, the whole identity of this thing. But if he come here, a lot of stuff is gonna change. A lot of stuff is gonna change. So if you don't want a guy that's gonna come here and just change up everything, then maybe you don't want him, because he's gonna make sure the ship is right. And I don't know if Stone is gonna want to take a step back to the coach. I think Stone kind of want to be the guy that says he want to be almost like that Daryl Morey, because Daryl Morey made that Harden team and that 2018 a lot about him and not about the team. Oh, I want to run this. We got to shoot this amount of threes. We got to run this system. And, so
yeah.
Nick Nurse, it will be interesting to come here, bro. Like, I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. I really don't. I think he might, because who's else getting rid of that coach? I don't see nobody else talking about a coaching change besides maybe Detroit.
Yeah, but they got Casey on the hot seat. The NBA funny, and to me, it's there's a couple guys on the sidelines right now that could step back into the game, but I don't know where they are right now in the coaching thing. Honestly, I think if they do move mid-season, get Lucas up, let him finish out, and honestly, I'm starting to get to the point where, well, I don't know, because I feel like Lucas may be part of the problem, low-key. If he's in the house while all this stuff is happening, then, but what power does he have? Especially if Stone is out. I honestly, I think the only way I'd be comfortable with a coach is if they're a new coach and they're a coach that's already established themselves, not trying to prove anything, so they'll come in with more authority than Stone. Somebody Tillman respect, you know what I mean? That he can come in and be like, okay, this is what we're going to do. And Stone just has to do his role in personnel, drafting, signing free agents. But the coach got to bring his own cachet, and he ain't got to worry about the GM like that. So I think that's what I'm hoping for. That's why Nick Nurse, hell, even the Vogels of the world, I don't know about Kenny Atkinson if he's on that level yet, but some of these guys have been there, done that. They got a name in the NBA. They're very well respected, and they can just do their own thing without being infringed upon.
For sure. Joe Blue with the $2 super chat. He says if EG still a rocket past February 9th, 5 Stone 2. Yeah, because he let that deal sour on him. All those, we got a first and we got this and that, like even dating back 2 years ago. If he had all those firsts in his pockets, he should have just let EG walk by now. And I don't know if that's a fireable offense, but it can be one of the straws that break the camel back, so to say.
Yeah.
So appreciate everybody for joining us, man. Hey, DJ Generation, good looking out. Gifting all the memberships. If you joined our membership package tonight, welcome to the Chop Shop, man. Y'all are some of the best group of fans out there, man, and I'm just privileged to be able to come in and chop it up with y'all, man. Y'all really make this fun, even though our team is frustrating, bro. So I'm gonna log out of here, man, and Frank, as always, you know he gonna be keeping that fire coming with the breakdowns and whatnot. So y'all just keep rocking with us, man. We're gonna keep growing behind y'all, man. Y'all have a blessed and good night, bro. We really gonna holla at y'all Friday. We will be having a pregame chop up. So good looking out. We got us a dub tonight, so everybody can sleep a little easier tonight. So it's back to the drawing board. Thank y'all for coming out. Like always, appreciate it. Much love, man. We gonna holla at y'all from the chop shop. Let's go. It's the ghost tank.
We gotta do a fusion dance, bro.
Yeah, we gotta do a fusion, man. We gotta do some fusion stuff, bro. You Goku, I'm Vegeta.
All right. I'll take that any day.
Yeah, I rock with Vegeta. I don't know why. I rock with Vegeta, bro. All right, man. CSG, stand up, man. Appreciate everybody, and don't forget, if you on YouTube under other Rockets content, hashtag that CSG, baby. Hashtag that CSG. Let's go, Houston Rockets. We out this joint.